Well, hi there, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Cardwell's Cauldrons here at Geektopia Island. I'm Cardwell.
And I'm Kevin.
Today, of course, we're actually going to be able to do it. We're going to put dogs and cats together. It's going to be mass hysteria. It's going to be fun. But before we do, go and remind you that we do have a Patreon. It only takes $1 to support us, and we love you very much for it. The link will be down below. And today, we are going over Happy Happy Joy Joy with Rin and Snippy, or Rin and Seri as they called, Inseparable. We're going to go ahead and just show off this card first because it's kind of the mainstay of the deck, right? It's a 1 red, green, white. It's a legendary dog cat. It's a 4/4 for 4, which is nice. But whenever you cast a dog spell, create a 1/1 cat creature token. When you cast a cat spell, you get a 1/1 dog, white dog creature token. Now, the coolest part, if you play the Teamer, right?
Naya.
No, Naya. Yeah, play the Naya cost of red, green, white, tap. Rin and Seri Inseparable deals damage to any target equal to the number of dogs you control, and you gain life equal to the number of cats you control. So it's pretty cool, and it's just an extra bonus for sure. And of course, this counts as a dog cat, so you get at least 1 ping of doing all that thing.
And you just make more of them.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. The first guy we got in the deck is the Selfless Savior. He is 1 white for a 1/1 dog. And when you sacrifice him, another target creature you control gains indestructible. He's the good boy that saves the other boys.
And all the other boys and all the catos. I think this card is just super good in general if you play a white aggro / type of deck, because he saves your bigger dudes from a kill spell or board wipe. It's really great. Now, of course, we have Bronzehide Lion. It's a green and a white cat. It's a 3/3. I've shown him off before. I think he's just super solid. He's a green-white. He gains indestructible into the turn. If he dies, then you can attach him like attachment from the graveyard, like an aura, onto another creature, and they gain the ability of paying green-white. It gains indestructible. So it comes back and it helps.
And you make a dog. Next up is the Pack Leader. It is a 1 white for a 2/2 dog. Other dogs you get +1/+1. And whenever he attacks, prevent all combat damage will be dealt this turn to dogs you control.
Yep. I do believe it was a Door of Destiny in Lorwyn. That card was powerful, and now you have it on a creature, and you just keep swinging.
Yeah.
And he affects himself, so just swing every time.
Well, his bottom part affects himself.
Yeah,
Otherwise, he pumps your other guys.
He's only 2/2. And to remind yourself, all hounds are dogs now, just to let you know. Because the Underworld Rage-Hound, it's 1 in a red, 3/1, is an elemental dog, because it is switched on Arena. It has attack each turn of Fable. That's okay, because escape, pay 3 in a red, exile 3 other cards in your graveyard, and it comes back with 1/1 counter on it. And to be able to do that, and then also to have the Pack Leader where you just swing every turn, you just don't care. You're just swinging in for sure.
Next is the Bolt Hound. He is a red and 2 for an elemental dog with 2/2 haste. And whenever it attacks, other creatures you control get +1/+0.
Yep. I think he's a great for aggressive decks. It seems like he actually does a lot of work, especially when you're going wide as much as possible. And Feline Sovereign, the first cat. It's a 2 and a green, 2/3. Other cats you control get +1/+1 and have protection from dogs. And when one or more cats you control deal combat damage to a player, destroy up to 1 target artifact or enchantment that player controls. He's kind of the least in the deck because they're much, he gives the less benefit of the deck really. But if you do play against white control, then you can get rid of all their Banishing Lights or Elspeth.
But he does that the most flavor because cats like to push things off counters.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
He just likes to get rid of it. Even the goblet on the table. He's like, nope, it's gone.
Next is Lurrus of the Dream Den. It is 1 and 2 white in this deck. And it's a companion, but we're not using it as a companion. Just a cat in this deck. It's a 3/2 with lifelink, and during each of your turns you may cast 1 permanent spell with 2 prevent mana cost 2 or less from your graveyard.
Yep. To be able to cast a Selfless Doggo over and over to keep your stuff protected is really nice.
Or Pack Leader.
Yep. So this one is a cat. It's a Vadrok Apex of Thunder. Now the original cost of blue, red, and white, you won't be able to cast it, but that's why we only have 1 in the deck, because its mutate cost is 1 white, red for you. It's a 3/3 flying first strike. Whenever this creature mutates, you may cast target non-creature card with converted mana cost 3 or less from the graveyard without paying its mana cost.
That's pretty good.
Because it is an elemental dinosaur cat. So go do with that what you will.
It's pretty good because you just mutate on there and get back whatever you need.
Yeah, exactly.
Next up is the Cubwarden. It is white and 3 for a 3/5. It is a cat. It's got mutate 4. 2 white and 2, and it's got lifelink. Whenever it mutates, you create 2 1/1 cat tokens with lifelink.
This guy's really good. Like, I would play him in almost any white deck. He's just extremely powerful for sure.
Oh yeah.
Now, Mowu, Loyal Companion. You remember this guy? It's a 3/1. It's a dog now. He has Trample, Vigilance, 3/3. If one or more 1/1 counters would be put on a Loyal Companion, that you put that many +1, which is nice.
He's pretty good.
Yeah, he's really good. And Trample and Vigilance is like one of our favorite combinations for sure.
Next up is the other big mutate guy, Snapdax, the apex of the hunt. He is a red, white, black, and 1, but you're not paying that because it's got a mutate of 2, a red, and white, white.
Yep.
And so he's a 3/5 with double strike. Whenever he mutates, he deals 4 damage to target creature or planeswalker an opponent controls, and you gain 4 life.
Yeah.
And it is a big cat. It is a dinosaur cat nightmare.
Yeah.
So you get to be like, hey, here's a big cat, and I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah, enjoy that for sure. Now with our spells, now the kill spells are like the least impressive thing about the deck. You can swap them out any way you want, but I picked these because I feel like it's more 10 for aggro. The first one is Lava Coil. It's 1 in a red sorcery. Deals 4 damage to target creature. If that creature would die, exile instead. It's 4 damage. You need that extra 1 little damage to get in there.
Next up is Response and Resurgence. Response is 2 red-white hybrids, and it's instant. Response does 5 damage to target attacking or blocking creature, which is what you're probably going to use it for.
Yeah.
Resurgence is a red, white, and 3 for a sorcery. Creatures you control gain first strike and indestructible, or first strike and vigilance until end of turn. After this main phase, there's an additional combat phase followed by an additional main phase.
Yeah.
So you get to, if you know you can win or attack again, you're just like, cool, let's pay 5, let's attack, and do some more stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So especially if you have the Bolt Hound that pumps all your dudes up and everything has first strike, and then you swing again and pumps everything up, it really works out. And of course, Conclave Tribunal, because if you have little dudes, then you just tap them all to get rid of the Planeswalker. 3 in a white enchantment. It has Convoke, which is why it's in here. Creatures can help cast this spell if you tap them. And when it enters the battlefield, exile target non-land permanent opponent controls until this leaves the battlefield. Simple as that. Now, that is the deck. It's just hopefully a fun little aggro deck that you just get there, spread wide, and have fun with cats and dogs. And with that, we have Animal Sanctuary as our land, or one of the lands. Tap, add a waste, or you pay 2, put a 1/1 counter on target bird, cat, dog, goat, ox, or snake. Now, of course, with Maui the companion, it just helps out because he becomes a 5/5 really, really quick.
Yeah, you just keep putting counters on him, he gets ridiculous.
Exactly. And then, of course, we have the other lands. We have a couple of Fabled Passages. We have the Shocklands, which is Sacred Foundry, Stomping Ground, and Temple Garden. And, of course, a couple of basics, which is the Plains, Forest, Mountain. And, as you can tell, I've completely just gave up on temples. Don't care about them. They're too slow, and I don't like it. I've even slowly lessened the number of Fabled Passages, especially in 2-color decks. I always seem to draw just the temples and those. I can never have a quick time.
Yeah, until the Shocklands rotate, I would just use the Shocklands because
Yeah.
you get the option to have them untapped, and that's what makes them so strong.
Exactly. To be able to play your things on curve is what Magic's all about, I feel like. But that is the deck. It's super fun. Like I said, you can swap out all the kill spells for whatever you think is necessary of the meta and whatnot. But I think it's fun, I think it's strong, and it's definitely efficient for sure. With that, hopefully you enjoyed your stay here at Geektopia Island, and you have a good day. Goodbye.
Later. Also, guys, I just remind y'all to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and if you want to keep up to date on all our future content, make sure you click that bell. It'll give you all the notifications you need.
With that, we'd like to go ahead and give a big thank you to all our fans that support us through the year, and especially our Patreon support people. We do like to give a shout out to our Mythic and Above supporters, and that would be Dwayne Higgs. Thank you very much. We love you.